Please hit the like button. Make sure you guys are tapping the screen. Donald Trump had a very, very controversial tweet that he put out today. We actually talked about this on Fatty's channel. And I want to know from you guys, do you think Donald Trump or Kanye West is worse as far as their tweets go? I said I think it's Kanye, but a lot of, Skeptic, shout out to Skeptic, she said Donald Trump. And this is just an example of it. Greg, can you read it? Can you see it?
Yeah, it's really small, but I can see it. It's real small, though.
Well, this is what he said. I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially about the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the number one state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon. No one said that, but okay. Because they have one thing in common: low IQs. They're stupid people. They know it. Their families know it, and everyone else knows it. Look at their past. Look at their record. They don't know what it takes, and they never did. They've all been thrown off television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because no one cares about them. They're nuts, troublemakers, and will say anything necessary for free and cheap publicity. Now, Candace Owens had the number one podcast. Megyn Kelly has one of the top podcasts. Alex Jones, he's holding on. Jeff, what do you think about that tweet as somebody that voted for Donald Trump? How does it make you feel to hear and read that?
I mean, ever since I really found out about him after the files, it's pretty much, he just panders to his own low IQ constituency, right? The only reason that he goes through these character attacks time after time again is because it entertains everyone who had voted for him. But those who have voted for him and actually can change their beliefs and see past what he brought through originally, will see that this is just, the character attacks don't help. The only reason that these people are off air is because they talk against the Jews. The Jews aren't going to allow them to be on air.
And we talked about that today, too. We talked about Kanye West being canceled. And Fatty said the reason why Kanye can't do a tour in the United States, Jeff, is because we don't have stadiums big enough. Gray, do you think that's why Kanye can't do a tour in the United States? What do you think the reason is?
No, it was the song Heil Hitler, and of course it was the anti-Semitic stuff that Kanye put out. And I don't know if you guys watch Friends, but the guy that plays Ross on Friends, he put out a statement saying that even though Kanye made an apology and said all this stuff, apologies don't mean anything. He needs to go with the Jewish community, know what they're dealing with, and do all this community outreach. So it is a concentrated effort. What's the name of the organization, the nonprofit that stops anti-Semitism? ALD. What's the name of it?
I can't think of.
It's ADL. Anti-discrimination.
Yeah. So you have organizations that are going to work to make sure that this type of information is not spread, and that's what's going on with Kanye.
Well, I mean, speaking of Kanye, all of this is tied in. Let's hear what Alex Jones had to say about Trump. This is what he had to say about Melania.
Well, President Trump came out on Truth Social and attacked myself and all the original MAGA supporters today. And I'm just so sad that whatever's happened to him has totally changed the man he once was. He did so much good. That said, it followed just a few hours after Melania Trump came out, unannounced. Reportedly, Trump didn't know, and said she wasn't involved with Epstein and she supports a full investigation by Congress into the Epstein cover-up. Trump says Epstein's a hoax. So this reminds me of Melinda French, when she started turning against Bill, also over Epstein. So Trump's got big problems, folks. And I am just so concerned about this country and the world. Trump's being led around by the nose by Netanyahu and by Mark Levin and others. And it's so sad. The Iran war is a total disaster. A black eye for America. They control the Strait of Hormuz. It is just absolutely incredible what we're seeing and what we're facing. I supported the old Trump. They got so many good things done. But at the end of the day, I just feel sorry for him and pray that God touch his heart and soul and free him from the demonic influences that he's under. I mean, it's just that simple. This is a nightmare. We know the Democrats, the left, are absolutely terrible. But when Trump's calling for wiping out whole civilizations and acting like a supervillain, I have to come out and say I don't support it. It's that simple. So again, Trump's own wife came out at an unannounced press conference today and said the Epstein crimes are real and that she wants the victims to be in front of Congress and the cover up to end. That's the opposite of what Trump's saying. Looks to me like she's breaking with Trump because she knows the ship's sinking, has found out the truth. Elon left 8 months ago saying he's in the files as a cover-up. I never saw any evidence of it, but he's acting like he's guilty. We know he's protecting Howard Lutnick, who said he didn't know Epstein didn't go to the island, and he did. So all I can say is this is a terrible day, and it's a nightmare for America and the world, but I'm going to tell the truth, report on the facts, no matter what it is. Was I somewhat naive? Did I defend Trump too long? He did so much good? Yeah, I did. Are people that, said I defended him too long, are they right? Yeah, it looks like they are. Fine, to a victory lap. But I did it from a place of believing he was the lesser of two evils. And I guess at the end of the day, justice be done, may the heavens fall. There's no such thing as lesser of two evils. So I took the establishment attacking.
Come on. You are apolitical. So was Trump the lesser of two evils? Should we all burn our MAGA hats? Should we burn the MAGA hats? Tell me what you think.
I don't know if y'all should burn it, but y'all might need a refund. This is my thing. That's the stupidest statement I always hear. The lesser of two evils. I don't want no fucking evil. Last time I checked, when I watch these scary movies, evils be having motherfuckers' head turning opposite ways and doing all types of weird ass shit. Why would you want to pick the lesser of two evils? That is so dumb. I hate that statement. It irks me. All right. But I gotta say this, y'all. I think Trump and Kanye one and the same. Hella people want the old Kanye. They keep talking. We want the old Kanye, right? And now people saying they want the old Trump.
Kanye just put out a song with the HH, and Trump said he's the first Jewish president. So I don't know.
I'm just saying, people saying they want the old Trump back. So, I mean, and let's be real. I don't know if I could ever want Donald Trump social media to go away, man. This comedy gold, man. God damn. It's like just you can just read this man tweets. Put it in a book, please. Hey, one of you Trump supporters, the MAGA people, make a book of Donald Trump tweets. Y'all gonna get paid. Y'all gonna get paid like Candace Owens with the grifting. There y'all go. Make a book, y'all.
Well, come on. Kanye did say that him and Trump had the same dragon energy. He did say that they're
same what?
Dragon energy. That's what Kanye said.
See, that's why you need to take away Kanye tweets, man. God damn. Kanye said that?
Yeah, he said that Trump first term. Said that like his first term. When he went there with Joe Brown, the football player.
Is that like big dick energy?
Lord.
Anyways, well, I found out something very disturbing, guys. I don't know how true this is. This might be why Trump put this tweet out. This is Megyn Kelly on Paris Morgan, and this is what she had to say about everything going on.
Watched us learn it. And so what led Trump, at 79 years old, to sit in there in that situation room when Bibi Netanyahu was seated as an equal?
Yeah.
Trump didn't even sit at the head of the table. Trump sat at the side of the table, and Bibi was across from him as an equal in the American Situation Room. What led him to sit there and buy what that guy was selling hook, line, and sinker when every other president was able to see through that liar? What was it? Because he was told the next day by our own top advisors, from the chairman of the Joint Chiefs to the Secretary of State to the vice president, that these are lies and that these objectives are not going to be attainable. Don't believe him. We might be able to wipe out the Ayatollah, not regime change, Ayatollah. And we might be able to decimate some portion of their missiles and their military. Okay, that's true. But the goals as stated by Trump when we actually did pull the trigger were all over the board. And to this moment, he's pushing the BS claim that we affected regime change. No, we didn't. It's the same regime, just different players. There isn't somebody more moderate in there at all. We have no reason to believe that. In fact, it looks like the Iranian Revolutionary Guard is in control now, which is far more radical. And the fatwa that had allegedly been issued by the Ayatollah on developing nukes is gone. Iran is more powerful economically. It controls the Strait and now is demanding the lifting of all sanctions against it. And what Trump did with that 10-point plan was go from Monday saying, no, not good, to Tuesday saying, very workable, we can do it, as a means of saving face to bail off of his insane threats about annihilating an entire civilization. So I don't know how we got here, Piers. I'd like to know just as much as anybody else, but all I can think in my head, based on what I've read in the paper, is we got here thanks to Bibi Netanyahu, Lindsey Graham, and Mark Levin. And ultimately President Trump. That's not to take agency away from the president, who was bamboozled. I don't know why. He was too weak to say no. He was too gullible to see through the lies. One way or another, he allowed himself to be pushed into this insane conflict.
Jeff, what's your thoughts on that?
I just think he's controlled by BB, for sure. That's all I have to say for real.
That makes sense. Kamal, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, John Miller, man, thank you for the jewels, bro. Thank you for the gifts. You feel me? Yeah, I mean, sometimes I just try to stay out of white folks' business. Let them get. Hey, you feel me? I like to be from the sideline. Who controlling who? I don't fuck know at this point. I'm gonna just let the show keep rolling. You know what I mean? But I will say at the end of the day, we know who the real control is, and it rhymes with ill. Allegedly. We gotta start saying allegedly, guys. You feel me? We don't want to end up like Fresh and Fit. All right?
Who's ill? Write it in the private chat. I don't know what you're talking about.
It rhymes with ill. Put it, Jake. Okay.
I don't know. You lost me. But somebody in the chat said Trump's a traitor. Is Trump a traitor for allowing Netanyahu in the Situation Room? Jeff, yes or no? Should foreign entities be allowed in the? And people have this obsession with Israel. Let me be clear. I'm not saying it from that standpoint. It could be the president of India, and we're asking this question.
Thanks. I think that's how you make the argument better. You have to extend it to any country, for example. It's like we already know it's Israel, but let's say we put China in there. Same thing, same result. Let's say we put just a completely innocuous country in there, like, I don't know, Argentina or something. Still traitors. So the principle holds.
Gray, yes or no?
As far as Trump being a traitor? Trump lies constantly. That's the problem. Trump oversold and underdelivered. Trump, you can't believe anything he says, so that's really what makes it difficult to trust him anyway. As far as MAGA specifically, what he said he was going to do, look at immigration. Trump is not going to do mass immigration. He's actually kind of doing the opposite. That's one of the main things that he ran on. The economy, as far as things being cheaper, Trump lied about that. No new wars, Trump lied about that. So I would say Trump is a liar and isn't reliable. Is she froze?
I'm here. I was just looking up. Someone asked a question. I was looking for the answer. I was going to come back when you were done.
Okay.
So yeah, someone asked, is this a regular thing? Has anyone else ever been in there? No. Like, you guys can chat GPT it. You can look it up. It's very rare because there are literal secrets about our operations as our military in that room. I don't think anyone should be in there. Not UK, not Israel. Like, no one should ever be in there except for our military officers and the commander in chief. What do you think, Kamal? Yes or no? Is he a traitor for that?
He traitor adjacent. All right, he sounded traitor-ish. You feel me?
Traitor adjacent.
Yeah, you know. But I gotta say this though, man. We gotta know Donald Trump was full of shit when he said he was gonna build the wall. He built 1/4 of that wall, all the bottom too. He didn't even build just no tall ass wall at all. He's built 1/4 of the wall all across, all at the bottom. At that point, we've been like, look, man, Trump gonna be lying to us the rest of the time he in politics.
So my question to you, Nora, if the U.S. and Israel, if this is a joint operation, why aren't they working? Why would you want them working in the Situation Room together? Because they're both saying that they're
because there are U.S. military secrets. They're our ally in this, but who's to say they won't turn on us? I wouldn't want another country out of the United States knowing about the inner workings of our military.
Stalin, Churchill, and Roosevelt met up during World War II. I don't know where
He wasn't in the Situation Room, though. He wasn't in the Situation Room.
Go ahead.
You can have meetings all day. I don't care about meetings. Go ahead, Kamal.
Do y'all know who